Wow, that's crazy. Welcome back to JR Pro Shop Vids, everyone. Today, we got the brand new Viking from 900 Global. I know I'm holding Equinox Solid right now, but we're doing Equinox Solid, Hyperdrive Pearl, Viking. ASIM Solid, ASIM Pearl, ASIM Hybrid. We got a fresh 42-foot pattern. We're gonna see how these balls roll, how they compare, and if it's a good top end of your bag arsenal. So let's start a little bit straighter. I'm gonna stand on like 17 here. Just play the track, and we're gonna start with the Equinox Solid, just as if we were doing it in league. All right, not bad. Missed one left of target there, left the 9-pin. But that ball is just really early, really controllable. Exactly what this is for, playing the fresh, a little bit straighter up the track. So let's just get lined up with this Equinox Solid, and then we'll move into the Viking. Okay, perfect. Wrap to 10. Exactly what that ball is gonna do, playing nice and straight. Let's just throw the Viking right on top of it. Asymmetrical hybrid, supposed to read the mid lane very well and continue through the back. Let's just stand on the same spot. See how much different it is than the Equinox Solid. Okay, that was identical to the last shot. That ball is way more violent off the back end. And that's just what they say, right? It's got a little mid lane traction and it's supposed to continue through the pins really well. So yeah, basically this ball is designed for a transition. So as soon as we transition from Equinox Solid, starting to hook a little early, we're losing a little oil up front. We got to move our feet a little to the left, go around it a little bit. That's where the Viking comes in. So let's move 3 boards to the left, 2 with our eyes at the arrows. Oh, wow. That's crazy. Exactly what it says it's gonna do. It's a transition ball. Storm's words, transition ball, right? We're going from our solid, playing a little straighter. Now we gotta start moving to the pattern a little bit. And this is where this ball comes in. Perfect. 3rd arrow, just right out to the track, 42-foot pattern. We've thrown the solid up the right a couple times. Perfect. All right, question time with Jungo. Brand new Viking. This ball looks absolutely amazing. My question for you is, what is the best looking ball you own? Originally, 2025 was the Hyperdrive Pearl. I thought that ball looked the best. Dark blue, pink lettering. And now the Viking is my most favorite color ball of 2025. Let me know what yours is down in the comments below. Now for one of the most back-end balls I've ever thrown. Hyperdrive Pearl. Same line. I think that Hyperdrive is a little cleaner. Gets down lane a little easier. I missed one to the right there. I hit 14 instead of 15 at the arrows. And it's just a little weak, just a little light. That was perfect. That's got way more angle than the Viking. Wow, we got 3 really distinct high-end balls here. One from Storm, one from Rotogrip, one from 900 Global. They fit together perfectly, honestly. All right, let's go 3 to the left off of that. So each ball is gonna have like a 3-board gap. Yeah, you can see how much more angular that ball is. That is like the most angular ball they have yet. Hyperdrive Pearl equals angular. All right, so pretty sure that these 3 balls are very distinct from one another. About 3 boards difference of all 3. Equinox Solid, this one's gonna be the straightest. The earliest, the most tame down lane for the freshest conditions, playing to the right. This place in 9-pins, I don't get it. I leave so many 9-pins here, it's crazy. Okay, so we stood on 17 with the Equinox Solid. We're moving over to 20 with the Viking. Ooh, missed a smidge to the right, comes in a little late. Still got back to the pocket though, that's nice. All right, 3 more to the left now with the Hyperdrive Pearl. That ball is so angular, it's insane. I still can't believe how angular that ball is. These 3 together are perfect. They're all laid out exactly the same. But these 3 balls together are money. We got 17, 20, 23. Let's throw the star of the show a few times in a row here. very, 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 very nice. I like it. I like it a lot. That's the top end of my bag right there. You need a nice refresher piece, top end of your bag, one of these three. You need something that rolls early. You need some mega back end, or you need one right in between. Got you covered here. This is what my S2 would probably be like if I polished it, I think. Be very close. Well, it just looks good too, you know? Just everything. Yeah, missed a little left with that one, but held this line okay, almost left 9. But. All right, we're back from the lanes. We did a little mini arsenal vid at the top end of my bag. One of my favorites, the Equinox Solid, of course. Excellent for the fresh, very good for playing up the right, very early, controllable, and very little down lane movement of that Equinox Solid. So got to start with that up the right on the fresh. And then we also have my Hyperdrive Pearl, which has the most back end of any ball I've ever thrown. This ball is supposed to fit right in the middle. We dressed a nice 42-foot pattern, nice and fresh, and we went through the progression. Equinox Solid, Viking, ASIM Hybrid, and then my ASIM Pearl, the Hyperdrive. We want to compare all these three, see where they fit against each other, and if it was a nice 3-ball arsenal at the top of your bag. And it's perfect. It's absolutely perfect. I couldn't have scripted it any better. The Equinox Solid, standing on 17, my eyes on 12, just playing right up the track, and nice early rolling, very predictable, got to the pocket nice and easy. We then moved 3 boards to the left, and through the Viking, this ball gets down the lane much easier, and very mid lane and very continuous. Had a very nice line there, standing on 20 and aiming at 3rd arrow. And then we moved 3 more boards to the left, standing on 23 and aiming just left of 3rd arrow with the Hyperdrive Pearl. And that ball corners like crazy. If I have these 3 asymmetrical balls in my bag, one's a solid, one's a hybrid, one's a pearl, I'm gonna be able to battle any fresh condition with any amount of oil that I can think of, right? We can play up the right, we can play the middle lane, we can play pretty far left. I have my bases covered with these 3 bowling balls. So with that being said, this Viking is gonna be one of the staples in my bag, and just feel it. It's not as early as the Equinox Solid, so definitely gonna get more use out of it. Sometimes I gotta put the Equinox Solid way after one game. And then the Hyperdrive Pearl really needs a burned up heads and a lot of angle down lane, so I gotta move my feet pretty far to left. So usually can't use that ball until the very end of the block on the burn. So looking back at my previous videos, I rated the Equinox Solid as a 7.5 hook. We're going 8. We're going 8 on the Viking. It's 3 boards more. And the Hyperdrive Pearl, if you remember, was an 8.5. So everything is falling in line. We have a 7.5 Equinox Solid, 8 Viking, 8.5 Hyperdrive Pearl, and as you can see, they're separated by 3 boards each on the lane here. And moving on to response time, how fast the ball turns the corner once it hits the dry. We have the Equinox Solid at 4.5, and we have the Hyperdrive Pearl at 9.5, and you can see why. So right in the middle of that would be a 7, and that's exactly where the Viking falls. So we have an 8 hook potential and a 7 response time down lane, right smack dab in the middle of the Equinox Solid and the Hyperdrive Pearl. So if you're looking for a complement off one of the other 2 balls, maybe the Viking is the ball that's gonna fit that spot. I'm gonna be using this ball a lot. As you can see, it's gonna have a lot of use. I can play a little right, I can play left with it. It's gonna be very versatile just because it fits right in between those 2. And the colors are awesome. This is a 10 out of 10 shelf appeal ball for Jung. The swirls are awesome. It's got silver, red, dark purple, and it looks really good going down the lane. So I have a very good feeling a lot of people are gonna like this ball, the way it looks and the way it rolls. Don't forget our promo code Jungo Barks at shop.bufabowling.com. You need yourself some new gear. He's got absolutely everything. He's got all the new stuff. He has it all nice and early. So 10% off your cart with Jungo Barks. Get yourself some new gear. All right, see you in the next vid. Thanks for watching.